Join the Yoga Traveler membership, where you will have access to the entire video library, over 80 videos and 200 plus hours of content to enjoy. www.yogatraveler.online/membership. Thank you for joining today in this Vata balancing yoga sequence. Let's start in a chest opening pose, and then we'll explain a little bit more about what Vata is. So place your first block on the floor on the lowest height, and then your second block on the floor on the long edge, so the next height up. And you're going to sit down and place your feet together, knees open to the side. Lay back so that your chest falls, your rib cage falls right across the block there. And then your head is held in place by the second block. So first block across the rib cage, second block across your head. Nice hip opening position here. Then take your arms by the side, palms facing upward, and just let them fall down. And you're going to connect with your breath right here. A little chest opening. If you think this seems too easy for your body, you could remove this second block and let your head come to the floor. And that would be a little bit more opening for the throat and the chest space. So you decide if you want to go that deeper position. I'll leave you there for a moment as I talk to you a little bit about Vata. So Vata arises from the combination of air and ether, creating a subtle energy of movement in the mind and the body. It governs breathing. Think of air, of course. Also the flow of blood, muscle and tissue movement, and the movement of thoughts in the mind. In activating the nervous system, so that's our breath in and out through our nose, which you should be doing now, that's helping to activate our nervous system, the parasympathetic nervous system. When Vata is in good balance, it is a source of creativity, enthusiasm, and flexibility. When we get excessive Vata, we become fearful, worrisome, prone to insomnia maybe. So today, we're going to have a really beautiful combination of air floating through the air in our yoga poses, a little bit of creativity with the arms perhaps, and the way we shape our body, and then some feeling of being grounded, connected to the floor, and how those two things work together. The air to lift us, the ground to keep us steady. And hopefully we can find some balance today. So take one more deep breath right there in this chest opening pose. Inhale. Exhale. And then press up onto your elbows so that you can pull the block out from under you, or both blocks, and just set them off to the side. Lower yourself back down and then bring your knees into the chest. So our back was arched before, and now we're pressing that curve of the spine to the floor. Just a little bit of relief and release through the low back, laying on the ground. And let's rock our way up and into a child's pose. So take a couple of rocks. If you don't like to rock, you can just go straight to it. I like the way it feels on my spine, but that's your choice. We'll pull our legs around and come into a child's pose. Knees open a little wider than your hips. Sit your hips back, reach your arms forward, drop your forehead down. And now we can feel the rib cage expanding as we reach our arms. We can feel that air building in our body. But still, we're very connected to the earth here. So let's start to rise above it. Place your hands into the mat, roll onto your toes, lift your hips high, and move into your first Adho Mukha Svanasana, or downward facing dog. We'll reach the heels down to the floor. We'll shift the hips high into the air, press back through the shoulders to lengthen out the torso. And bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, step or hop up toward your hands. Exhale, fold deeply into the legs. Roll up through your spine, inhale. And we'll come up to the top, face each other. Good. And connect breath and grounding for with our Vrksasana, tree pose. Shift to the right and pull your left leg up. You can take your hands to heart center to start. Balancing poses are such a good combination of being grounded, but yet lifted. Imagine a string pulling on your body, lifting you up. And that breath that we're taking, that inhale and exhale, every time that we need a little bit of stability, really relying on that air. If you want to, you can reach your arms up. And if you want to feel the flow of movement, you can have a little creativity and move your arms around in that balancing pose. Just an option, right? You do what you're comfortable with. Feel that flow, but yet we're still grounded. Good, a little bit of fun. Come back to the center and pull our hands down. Place that foot down. Nicely done. Shift to your left. Guide that right leg up. Place it in position, hands to heart center. Really feeling stable and grounded first. And then allow it to lift. Ooh, this is my tricky side. Look how I'm going to shift in the wind already. This side is a little less strong for me. Pulling in through the middle of our body. So we're really harnessing that breath for power and control. But at the same time, add in a little bit of freedom maybe. A little bit of looseness. Ooh, let's see if I can hold it together. All over the place. Ooh, we'll bring it back down. Good. A great way to connect with our breath is Surya Namaskara A. We link all the movement with the breath. Let's do it now together. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive down. Take it down as deeply as you can go. Inhale, bring your hands up your legs, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the floor, step or hop back to your plank. Chaturanga, elbows bend. See if you can hover. It's okay if you bring the belly to the floor. Inhale, lift to up dog or cobra if your belly is on the floor. Exhale, roll back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Now, if you feel like you weren't breathing, if you feel like you were holding your breath, breathe now. We're going to do this sequence again and see if we can really link the breath with the movement. Let's try. Bend your knees, look forward, inhale, step or hop up to your hands. Exhale, fold into the legs. Inhale, reverse swan dive, reach up to the sky. Exhale, Samastiti. Good, let's take it again. Really connect your breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale, let go of that air on the way down. Inhale, clean, fresh breath. Exhale, hands down, step or hop back. Take Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Heels drop down toward the floor. They don't have to touch, but they're reaching there. They're lengthening out through your torso, rib cage, hips, shoulders, all of it. Bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, step or hop up to the hands. Exhale, fold into your legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, reverse swan dive, reach up. Exhale, Samastiti. We'll move into Surya Namaskara B with a little bit of additions. Just follow along. Inhale, bend and lift, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Lengthen out those hamstrings there. Inhale, look up, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, step or hop back, your choice, Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Here's where we'll pause. Let's lift the right leg. Inhale, up and back behind you. Exhale, bring it through in between the hands. Roll that left heel down to the floor. And windmill your arms up and around for Virabhadrasana B, Warrior 2. So our heel is lined up with the arch of our foot. Take your right forearm to your thigh, just to balance for a moment, and let's be loose with this left arm. So bring it around, roll it around, pull it behind your back. Find all sorts of space. Move through the air. It's going to feel good on your shoulder. It's going to open up your chest. We are leaning a little bit into our hip there, that right hip. Nice big breaths. Good. Now lead the arm over behind you, over your hip back there. And let's send our gaze up to our left shoulder there. And just feel that opening. As we bring our gaze up, it's going to move our chest open even more. Good. Now lift up, straighten through both legs. Extend your arms. Inhale. Exhale, take it to Trikonasana. Our right hand reaches down, and if you've got your block handy, you can place your block on the big toe side of your foot if you'd like to use that. Otherwise, you can reach for your shin, your ankle. Some of you might be able to grab your toe. And feel this pull, this reach all the way up. We're reaching to the earth, but we are also lifting up into the air. Really feeling that connection. Good. Now inhale, lift your torso up. Good job. Exhale, take your hands to your hips and turn your body. Rotate your feet so that both toes are pointed nearly forward and hip width distance apart. Let's bend our right knee, reach our arms up. We're in Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana A. We're very connected to the earth here. Not a lot of wiggle room. It's a very strong, stable position. So let's take that feeling of being grounded and float just a little bit. Bring your arms forward. Inhale, press off with that back foot and come, I'm running into my wall, come into Warrior 3. Looking straight down at the floor, floating through the air. A way to adjust this might be to reach down for your block. That's an option that you might choose to take. Good. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, bend your right leg. Place that left foot down. Lift up and straighten both legs. Feel that ground really strong, stable beneath us after floating through the air. Take your hands behind you. Either bring your fists together, come to reverse prayer, or grab forearms, or reverse prayer. Look up, inhale, exhale, fold forward. Now we're really connecting to the floor as we reach it down, but we haven't left our air element behind. You're still breathing deep. You're still pulling in through your center of the body to get more length in your back, more length through the legs, calves, hamstrings. Good. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Bend your right knee. Place your hands down. Step your right foot back. Hover it if you want. take chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Nicely done. Take a breath. Let's do our left side. Inhale, lift your left leg up and back behind you. Exhale, bring it through. Roll that right heel to the ground. Windmill your arms up and around. Virabhadrasana B. Now I'm going to turn my body so that I'm facing you. I just think it's better to be looking at you in your direction. Good. So we still have the left leg in front. Take your left arm down and let's be loose. Let's be loose and free. Just like you did on the other side, moving in the shoulder, but at the equal, benefit of having our chest opening and that heart space opening. But even as we're playing around, being a little free, aren't we still connected to the floor? You bet, in this really strong pose. Good. Now take your arm behind you, tuck it back behind that hip there. Send your gaze to your right shoulder. So it just pulls the chest open even more. A little bit of pressure from your forearm on that inner thigh in our kind of modified side angle pose here. Good. Now straighten up, inhale, exhale, take it to Trikonasana. Again, if you're using your block on the big toe side of your foot, or just take yourself down as deeply as you can go, grabbing the toe, hand on the shin or the ankle, and have so much space for breath and for air. Good job. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips so we can rotate our feet. Bending again through that left knee and drawing that right heel back to the floor. Feeling very strong and supported. Reach up to your warrior one. Here's where we connect to the ground. Feel connected with our feet. And we're going to use that connection to bring us into the air. So lean forward, press with your foot, lift off into that warrior three. Remember our choices of perhaps adjusting this pose, holding on to the block, that's perfectly fine. Or you're floating through the air. This is my tricky side. I'm going to use the block one more time. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale. Bend your left knee. Place that foot down. Stand up. We're strong and we're stable. Take your hands behind you. Fists together. Grab your forearms. Come to reverse prayer. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Hips go back. We bow ourselves down into the earth. We recognize that strength that's keeping us grounded after we were floating around in the air. Keep breathing strong. Our air element is strong and recognized in our breath. Take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Bend your left knee. Take your hands down to the floor. Bring this left foot back. Let it hover. Inhale. You can also put it down if you want. Chaturanga. Exhale. Inhale. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Good job. Inhale. Come forward to a plank. Exhale, lower down onto your stomach. I like doing work on the stomach when we talk about Vata because we can really feel the breath moving our body since we're laying on our belly. So Salabhasana A. Take your arms by your sides and let's start to lift our chest, lift our legs. Gaze down the bridge of your nose. If it feels too hard, you can drop your feet back down to the earth and just keep your chest lifted. So our breath is working hard. We can feel that motion as we hold ourselves in place. But we're laying on the ground, so we're still grounded. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, lower down, turn your head, rest on a cheek, relax your shoulders. Good. Now we'll move to Salabhasana B. We take our hands by our rib cage like we're going to do a chaturanga. Elbows are pulled back right against the rib cage there. We'll lift our chest. We'll lift our legs. Hands will stay down. Breathe. Feel that motion. We're also physically building some strength in our back muscles, in our glutes, in our hamstrings. Great job. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Lower the legs. Relax the hands. Turn your head. Rest on the opposite cheek. We have one more. Salabhasana C. This one, we reach our arms forward like a Superman, and our pinkies are facing the ground. So our pinkies are toward the ground. Then let's lift chest and legs. Now be mindful of your shoulders. Pull them back. We're still having free space in our chest. And we're breathing strong. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, good job, hands down. Let's come into a child's pose. Our knees open, we sit back. This time we're doing a child's pose to change the direction of our back. Dropping that head down, sitting back into the hips. We've changed the direction of the back. Great work. Now gently lift up, bring your legs around, let's come to sit. We need to lengthen our back muscles now. We squoze them, now we need to lengthen them. So grab your strap, extend your legs straight out. This is Paschimottanasana. If you need to, you place the strap around your feet. This is just in case you can't reach your toes with your hands. Sit tall, inhale, exhale, reach forward. Now, if you're able to grab your feet, then you don't need your strap. Do what you can. Take a breath, so important to pull in through our center, and then see if you can deepen the pose. So we are really reaching toward the floor here, really trying to get grounded, but at the same time, our breath is so crucial. Every time we inhale, we bring a little lightness into our body. And every time we exhale, we fold a little bit deeper. Over and over, really subtle movement to help bring length to our hamstrings, our back, our hips, maybe even stimulate the digestion. Good. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release the feet. You can set your strap off to the side. Let's open nice and wide. Now getting into our sacrum a little bit more with Upavista Konasana. Toes will stay pointed to the sky. Take a breath, inhale, exhale, reach forward. Same thing that you did on the last pose. Every time you inhale, bring a little lightness into the body. And as you exhale, maybe fold a little bit deeper. Reach those toes upward. Relax your head and your neck. Use your breath, work with it, right? Let's take one more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, walk your way up. Nice job, beautiful stretch. Bend the left knee in front. And let's take the right leg back. So we want our toes to be pulled back so that we're stretching out the top of our foot a little bit. And if this feels enough for you, stay here. If you want to go a little deeper, you can place your left foot up onto your hip. Just a choice that you can make. Reach your right arm across, grab on. Left hand can come to the floor behind you. Or if your foot is on your hip, you might be able to reach your left hand around and grab your toes. Choose your way, right? Whatever works best for your body. What we're trying to do here is feel how this is a twisted position, but it's going to open our chest, open our throat. Feel how free and open the center of our body is. Plus, we're getting a good stimulation through the hips here. Good. Take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Nicely done. Let's release the hold and place that left foot back on the floor. Bring your right leg around. Tuck your right foot over that left knee for Ardha Matsyendrasana. Now this is a different twist. Inhale, extend your left arm. Exhale, hook it onto your knee. The right hand to the floor behind you. Pull in through the middle of the body. So feel that lifting at the center and then send your gaze back. Now we are squeezing a little bit more in our center here. So this pose is actually going to do all three of our dosha elements. Fire, that's the pitta, right in the middle as we squeeze. Grounded, that's the kapha. And then the air, the vata, as we breathe and we try to open up the chest around that twist. So see if you can feel all three of those and maybe take a moment to notice which part feels the most difficult for you or maybe the most nourishing. And that might show you where your dominant dosha is or which dosha needs a little more balancing. Take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Nicely done. Roll out of the pose. Let's lengthen out our knees just for a moment to reset, plus just to feel that length through the backs of the legs. Then pull the left leg back, tucking those toes back there. Right leg is in front. You can place your right foot on your hip if you did so last time. Right arm. No, this is your left. Left arm reaches across. I get confused in twists. Right hand to the floor. Or you can reach your right arm behind and grab onto your toe. Send your gaze back. Enjoy how it feels to have such an open chest, because we know what's coming next. We know we're going to squeeze next. So here's the time to get all that free, non-constricted air. Good, it just feels good for lots of reasons. Very nice. Come forward. Release this right foot if it's up on your hip. Take the left leg from around over the top of the right knee. Inhale, extend your right arm. Exhale, hook it onto your leg. Left hand to the floor. Pull in through the middle. Now's your chance again to feel all three doshas. Pitta, squeezing at the center. Grounded, sitting on the floor. Maybe it feels good in your hips. Kapha. The air element. Maybe this feels great across your shoulders and your chest. That's the Vata. What feels the best for you? Ask yourself that first. And then what part of this pose is the hardest for you? Ask yourself that next. Good job. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Come forward. Let's unwind back to our Dandasana position again, the legs extended. And we're gonna roll onto our back. So a couple of options for you. I'll talk this through. So let's lift up and bring our legs up to the sky. Now you can place your hands underneath your hips for a little bit of elevation. If you have your block, you might place your block under your hips and then elevate. So this might feel really nice. This is gentle. It's like legs just straight up. You can just float through the air. So this is option A. Option B would be no blocks, and you'll take your legs all the way up and over into a halasana. So we'll keep going down to the floor. Now I'm facing my voice toward you so you can hear, but please just keep your head straight up to the sky. It'll help you to not strain your neck. So here you'll notice that it's harder to breathe, right? All of a sudden, again, we have to work a little harder to feel that air element. If you at all feel like you cannot breathe, come down. There's no need to lose our air. Good. Now we'll take our hands to our back and lift up into a shoulder stand. Those of you who might be on a block or just legs up, you're welcome to join here if you want. You'll notice that it's a little bit easier to breathe now. We've created a little space as we're trying to lengthen our torso as much as we can. Feel that. Good. Now we'll block our airflow one more time by bending our knees, and see if you can bring your feet, your shins to the floor around your ears. If this is too high for you, too much, you can just kind of tuck in, and that's fine too. Either way, a little bit harder to breathe again. Breathe through it. Build up some strength in your lungs by breathing through it. One more breath, whatever position you're in. And let's roll ourselves down. Now, if you have a block, move it out of the way. Let's all come to a flat back. Bring your hands by your sides. Press into your elbows so we're lifting. Pull your chest up. So roll your shoulders back, pull the chest up, and take the top of the head to the floor. All of a sudden, we've freed up all the space again. All free and open. So we're laying on the floor. That's our earth element. We've opened our chest, air element. If you want a little pitta, fire, you could lift your legs and let them hover. Good. Take one more breath right here. Inhale. Exhale, come down, lower down. Nicely done. Reach down. Grab either your knees or the arches of your feet. And let's gently rock across our back. Again, so much room for breath. Hopefully none of you are gasping for air, but if so, just try to slow it down. We're letting our bodies wind down a little bit. Breathing so deep like this is going to give you good energy through the rest of your day. Love that benefit. And like we began with a gentle chest opening pose, let's finish with the gentle chest opening pose. Also twisting. So we're going to bring our knees into our chest. Let your arms open to a T, so nice and spread through the chest. And bring your legs, just let them fall down to the right. Then turn your gaze over the left. I'm going to keep looking at you. So now, so many things. Again, all three elements represented here. It's a twist, so that's the pitta, through that center, through that digestion, through the heat. It's relaxing. We're laying on the ground, the kapha, the earth element. And then it's the vata, nice and open with our chest. And we can breathe and feel that air all around us. Now our intention is to relax. We've done our work, we've done our exploration, and it's time to start winding down, body and mind. Good. Bring your legs back through the middle and let them drop to the left. And then turn your gaze over the right. Feel that release across your chest, across your shoulders. Nice relaxation through the back, hips. Even our air is slowing down, right? Moving toward more of a resting kind of breath. Good. Bring your legs back into the middle and just let them now float down. One leg to each edge of your mat, your arms by your sides. If you really enjoyed that chest opening pose that we started with, you may end in it. It's your turn, your time to get comfortable and relaxed. I'll leave you here to rest. Before you ease off into your Shavasana, just do a couple things for me. Just revel in the joyous shapes you were able to make today. With the free flowingness that we did, a little bit of that. Relax now, knowing that your creativity is stoked and your lightness as a being has been reignited. Once we are finished and we move back into our day, into this world from the practice, you can bring with it this airiness, this lightness and freedom of the Vata that you have created. Now enjoy your rest. I will wake you up with the sound of a bell when it's time. Start to wake yourself up. Rotate through your wrists and your ankles. Point and flex your feet. Stretch your arms overhead to lengthen through your entire body. And roll yourself onto one side in fetal pose. Gently press up to a comfortable seated position and bring your hands to heart center. Before we go, let's end with a quote by Kurt Vonnegut. We have to continually be jumping off cliffs and developing our wings on the way down. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.